Hello everyone, this is Tamatis from LiteWoo, and today we're gonna be launching our WooCommerce store. As soon as we go to LiteWoo.com, we're gonna be greeted with this webpage. We're gonna scroll down and take a look at the hosting plans. After we make our choice, we click to continue in one of those. Here we can either use a domain that we already have, transfer a domain, or register a new one. I'm gonna register LiteWoo.net for now. I can see that it's available. Here I have the option of adding more TLDs if I want to, or just continue on. Here you can see we have some configurations. We can choose the billing cycle and get a better price if we hit more months, or get some add-ons like website backups, SEO tools, or professional email. Gonna hit continue. Here for our domain name we can get some extra add-ons like DNS management, ID protection, or email forwarding. I don't need any of those, so I'll just hit continue. And here is our cart. I'm gonna use a test code to not pay anything for this test and click checkout. Now if you're already registered, you can go ahead and click this button to input your account, but if you're new, you can just put in your details. I'm just gonna hit a test account, and after we scroll down, we can just put in a password for our account. Then choose our payment method. I'm gonna do PayPal. I don't want to be subscribed into the mailing list. I agree to the terms of service and complete the order. As soon as we complete the order, we get the confirmation page, so we can continue the client area. We can check our services or domains. So as soon as I click on services, and here I can see my recent purchase, I can either upgrade or request a cancellation. And down here I can visit the website, manage the domain, or log into the panel. Before I go to the panel, let's make sure that my domain is okay. I'm gonna click manage domain, and here I'm gonna go to name servers. If you purchase the domain from LiteWoo.com, all of this will happen automatically, but if you didn't, make sure your domain name points to the name servers ns1.litewoo.com and ns2.litewoo.com. So I'm gonna go back to the dashboard on my services, and this time I'm gonna log into my panel. You don't need to input any information, it happens automatically. And this is the control panel we will be using for managing our website. We have a few options here to the left. Here we can see the website is already here. Now, if I try to visit the web page, obviously there's nothing there, right? So we're gonna go back, and what we're gonna do is go to apps. Now to install an application, we're gonna hit install, and we're gonna choose WooCommerce and WordPress. Here we can add our username. Make sure it is not admin, because those are really easy to identify. Use our email and generate a strong password. I'm gonna hit install, and after that is done, we're gonna be able to take a look at our application. We can either log in to our panel by clicking login to admin. Here we can see we can manage our plugins and themes. Now, before we log into the administrator panel, we need to make sure we have an SSL certificate. So we can click on this yellow icon right here. And here we can see that we have a certificate active, but it's self-signed. And what we want is to click on these three dots over here and request a Let's Encrypt certificate. Click request. And you can see the SSL is issued successfully down here. So now let's go and manage our website. Click Login to Admin. You're most likely gonna be greeted with this screen. We are gonna go ahead and click Let's get started with starter templates, or you can design any other way you like. Here we can start by using AI to build a custom website for us, or use one of the templates. I'm gonna use a template for now. And here there are a lot of templates to choose from. However, since we're building a store, we're gonna filter by the e-commerce ones. And we can choose online store, maybe clothing store, or something we may like. After we make our choice, we can click on continue. We're gonna upload our logo. Make our choices for the fonts. And of course the colors. Great, now we can just hit continue. And I don't need any of this, so I'm gonna click skip this step. And also, if you don't want your data shared with the application, you can deselect this, and you don't even need to fill any of this in. You can just submit and build the website. I'm gonna give it some time to activate everything. Perfect, we have our website. Let's see what we have. And we can see we have a ready-made template with everything in place. Literally everything. With a store page and ready-made products right here. Now, if we wanna make some changes, we can click on customize on the top page. And we can customize our menus, from the header or the footer. When we're done, we can click on save. I'm gonna click export now. If I wanna edit the page that I'm currently looking at, I can just click edit page. Now this is using the Spectra page builder, where you can change anything you like directly, or use some of the ready-made designs. Once you make all of the changes you want, you can click on save, and you will be able to view your page. Now, if we go back to our admin panel, and we might want to add a few more plugins. If you don't like the Spectra page builder, we can click on add new plugin, and we can search for page builders. Now the most popular page builder is Elementor, or maybe you prefer another one like Otterblocks or Beaver Builder. Once you're done editing your pages, you can go back to the admin panel by clicking on the top left over here. And here you have all of the tools available, including WooCommerce, where you can go into the home and set up your store directly, or the settings page to make sure you fill all of the settings for your store, including payments and everything else that you might need. You can manage your products from the products page, add a new product, or just click on the product to manage it directly. So that's gonna be it for this tutorial. Thank you for choosing LiteWoo, and we hope to see you next time.